welcome to Flower Factory. Today we're on a really cool location. We're at the company Dillewijn Zwapak, and as you can see, I'm in their inspiration house. They have two houses. This one is fall winter, and as you can see, a lot of cool products. So this is like a candy store for florists. And to be honest, it's always nice to create with things that companies like this provide for us to make our life easy. So I'm going to show a few things in this style, and maybe later on we move. First I'm going to use these birch cups. I'm going to take off the plastic because I'm going to use them in a different way. And the nice thing is, and I don't have to explain you, that of course we can use them as planters or a little arrangement, but I want to show you something else. So I'm going to show you what else you can do with these little cups, and basically what I'm going to do is use hot glue on the edge, and then I'm going to connect it like this, and the other one can be like this, and then we have a really cool bouquet holder. I prepared a little bit, so I made this already. So a different way to use the cups, but now it's very easy and very simple for us to create a nice bouquet. And in the beginning it's a bit tricky because we have to have a little bit of strength, but these little containers are very light. And if we use strong flowers, they eventually will hold up this construction. And it's always interesting to play a little bit with materials like this. Let's go in this one. So already you can see what the idea will be. I'm going to put it down for a moment, grab some more flowers. And like I always said, maybe it's not the most perfect flower arrangement that I will show today, but it is to show you the inspiration of what you can do with the techniques, using the different materials. Sometimes the hole is a bit too narrow. Don't worry, give it some time. And the nice thing is that we can see by using the containers in this way that we create a really cool base, and we can reuse the base also. Play a little bit with the different lengths of the materials, and at a certain moment you have enough strength, as you can see. Probably not the first way you think of using the containers, but they're not really expensive. So it is fun to do something different to inspire your customers. And of course the things that I'm showing today is just a little fraction of what is in store at this company, because look at this, the thickness of this book, that's all the products. So you should find something you like in there. People know that making bouquets is not my favorite thing, so I'll try to do my best. But I have to admit, if you use a shape like this, then your bouquet is relatively quick, interesting and different. So I'm going to leave it like this. Taking some raffia. And people are watching. I hope people are watching.
Definitely.
Again, if you have questions, let us know. If you don't have questions, think of them. Because the more questions, the more answers. The more answers, the more we learn and grow from each other.
Why don't you like to make the bouquets?
I think other people are much better in bouquets than me. And I'm more like the structure guy, the shapes and the techniques and things like that. But for someone who's not really into bouquets, I think this one will work. Normally, of course, we cut it, but I'm going to use the scissor, or let's do it the way it should be. Very simple, very effective, and already you see this structure draws a lot of attention. We need to put some water in, of course. So I hope you like the idea.
Yes, thumbs up.
That's good. And for someone who's not into bouquets, I'm going to show another one.
Of course.
We have this material, really cool. There's a plastic liner inside, so you can do a plant in or whatever. But again, I like to play a little bit. So I'm taking it out, prepared it a little bit. I put a piece of wood inside with holes. And now this is my bouquet holder. And again, I'm going to do the same trick, using just a few flowers, because if we have a good base, then you don't need a lot of flowers to impress. And I'm just playing a little bit with colors. And people also probably know that I'm slightly colorblind, so if I make a wrong color combination in your opinion, let me know. So I hope everyone is having fun.
Yep, people are saying hi from the Czech Republic. Other people are sending greetings. And thumbs up, but no questions yet, so...
No questions yet, okay.
Don't be shy.
Well, then maybe I should ask a question. How many of you florists out there use products like this? All those ready-made products that are there to make our life easy. Do you use them? Because of course I'm curious, but also Dillewijn Zwapak is curious. Very simple, but very effective. And if you have a few of these standing in your shop, they're quick to make. Probably they will draw attention to your customers. And that's what it's all about. Making your customers happy with your creativity. I'm making a big mess here, so probably I won't be invited anymore after this. But that's me, I'm always making a mess. What do you think? I think it's nice, it's cool. We can use the little piece to go over it a little bit more, making the combination of the material. I think very fun. I have to check if I have a container for this. We just put it here like this. And then we have these things. Also really cool, bouquet holder, but I'm not gonna make a bouquet. I'm gonna cut it off. And I'm using this little area inside the scissor that is made for that. Because when I see material, I always want to know what can I do more with something like this. And if I have a few that are a little bit curvy, going in different directions, then I think already it makes it easy for us to create something. So first, a little bit of hot glue on the edge. 4 points should be enough. This is a tricky part, pushing it in with your fingers. But any florists out there know, working with hot glue, the more you burn your fingers, at a certain moment you start missing it when it's not happening. Again, some glue. And I know I'm working not very neat, but I'm working quick to show you as many designs as possible. But if you spend 5 more minutes on this, you can work more neat and still have a really quick, impressive design. You can shape it a little bit, but I really like the layering of the material. A little bit of water, and let's work with these nice materials. I'm just going to arrange the flowers in the vase, what you would normally do, playing with the different heights. So is everyone having fun?
I think so. Raza says it's very inspiring, the things you're showing.
People are asking what the structure is of the wings.
It's like I think a crocus fiber. I'm not really sure exactly what material exactly it is.
Some type of fabric, but we can check it out for you and answer that question later.
I'm going to mix it with maybe a strange combination, but I like it. And nowadays you see that strange combinations are not even existing anymore because people are really going all directions, combining very natural material with exotic material and things like that. But it's nice to see what you can do with the materials that are made to make a little bouquet holder. Okay, Dillewijn Zwapak is not selling kitchen blenders, but it is easy to use. And what they do have is moss. Everyone knows I like to work with moss. And this is not a new trick, I've done it already many times. But maybe you haven't seen it yet. Where is my power? should be good. The nice thing is of using the blender like this is that we really can change the whole look and feel of the reindeer moss. And it's also nice to make a little bit of a mess. So I have this nice metal container. I fill it with a little bit of foam, very low. I have small edges to fill water in, should be enough. And I have a nice collection of feathers. And when I was younger, I really loved walking in the fields, searching for flowers. So I love flowers and of course birds. And I wanted to be a forest ranger because of the birds. So feathers is really something I love, and especially when we have beautiful feathers like this, we can do really cool stuff with it. I'm going to use the moss later on. First I'm going to put some feathers on the edge. And I'm going to mix it, so I'm not going to do it very specific with a perfect, how do you say, movement or a perfect placement. I want it to be a little bit irregular. And I have to say, there is a chance that maybe I need a little bit longer than our normal 30 minutes. I hope you don't mind if that happens.
They have a question. There's a question from Dennis. Dennis Lanzaat, we all know him.
Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis. Do they sell the feathers and the stand at Dillewijn, he asks.
Yep, this is all, and that's the nice thing of a company like this, they have it all. So everything besides flowers and plants, you can find here. And that's of course in today's world where we have a lot of things to do. Everyone is busy, busy, busy. You don't want to shop around too long. So all the materials you see here, you can find here. Oh. And always something goes wrong. We all know that. Luckily I'm not cutting or drilling in my hands. It's just a little bit of hot glue on my fingers.
Ouch.
I'm trying not to scream.
Take your time. Debbie says I'm loving this tutorial, so I bet she doesn't mind if it takes a little bit longer.
Well, that's good to hear. And for me, I always like to do things because it's on the spot. It's not a lot of preparation. It has to be quick. And I always like to show things that I hope anyway you think, wow, I can do this afternoon or tomorrow. So we have a nice mix of feathers. And of course I'm covering quite a lot of the metal shape. But I like the fact that it has this clean black part here. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Now comes the tricky part. Basically what we do is we spread out a little bit the reindeer moss because I want to cover and hide some of the glue that is still visible. I'm just going to roll it in. giving it that edge of green reindeer moss, and it gives a little bit more a focus point also in your design. And you see how quick it is. This one is not staying in its place. This is the most safe way to glue because you will not have burned fingers. Of course, when you do this for a client, make sure you don't see any glue threads or things like that. This one is a bit off. You see it came a little bit loose. Whee! And because of the floral foam, we can easily put our flowers in different lengths. I really like the combination of the nerine flower with the feathers. So is everyone still having fun?
I think they're just enjoy to watch.
The top of the floral foam I just hide with the same reindeer moss. And there we have it. A really cool design. So this is all a little bit inspiration for fall, for winter time. Maybe it's time to also do some Christmas. I have to move a little bit. So bear with me.
We're right behind you.
Because I need to take my stuff, of course. Gloriosa, come on. Oh my. Hello.
Oh, it's still plugged in. Is it long enough?
No, it's not long enough. I'm having a too short of electrical cord. But don't worry. Hello.
Oh, there you go.
This is another reason why I love our little live streams, because you never know what will happen. And suddenly we're in the Christmas atmosphere. Gonna get some flowers.
Yeah, you do that.
And already we can see that it has a completely different atmosphere. One more time, sorry. Whoop, yeah.
No problem. We'll wait. We'll just take a look in the shop.
Christmas time is here. We're gonna start off really simple. I forgot something. It's so nice that you can walk from winter, fall, into a Christmas atmosphere. I have this beautiful unbreakable plastic Christmas balls. Basically, I'm just gonna cut off a piece. And then I have this really professional paint remover. It's a heat gun. Basically what we're gonna do is make it a little bit warm.
Mind your fingers.
Mind your fingers.
Again.
It is really hot.
So we have a question meanwhile. Terry Teresa wants to know, how do you get away from the plastic and the styrofoam decorations at Christmas time? So much goes into the, and then I can't read it anymore, into the environment and is not recycled.
I think it's very interesting because all those materials will not disappear very quickly because people are still loving it. So what I always do and what I do a lot is recycle. So if I have Christmas balls from last year that I maybe cannot sell anymore, you can throw them away, or you can do something like this. So I think recycling already in floristry is a big thing. So I just glued a little wood piece on. And where is my... Oh!
On the floor.
On the
but
floor.
And you can also choose more sustainable
Of course, more sustainable products. For example, Dillewijn Zwapak, where we are now, they have beautiful paper, grass paper, made from grass. And grass, as you know, grows really quick. So that's a really nice material.
Yeah, so you can choose more sustainable products
Yep.
to begin with, and recycle.
Recycle sustainable products. Well, you see already, if we have a few like this, very interesting. But you can also put a red rose in, maybe show the difference. I think it's always interesting to see the difference in things. Aww.
Aw,
Aww,
yeah.
That's beautiful.
Like the Gloriosa better.
So different taste for everyone.
Yep.
And while we're doing the single rows, maybe it's nice to show what else we can do with Christmas balls. Let's see, I forgot my drill on the other side, so I have to grab it. Let's say we take 4 Christmas balls and 1 drill. I'm back. Of course, be careful for your fingers. Ah, that shouldn't happen. Something went wrong.
What happened? Did it crack?
Yeah, I was pushing too hard.
Ah. Better?
So, that's better. You have to take time.
Yeah, take it easy.
But people know me from my work. I'm not really famous for my patience, to be honest. Then we're going to use a rose. This is nice for a single flower decoration. It almost cracked.
That's really cute.
That's really cute. Then I'm going to show a little trick. I have an aluminium bar and I have this red wire. I'm just going to slide it into the drill. Magic moment. And then we can create a really cool spiral. So I'm using that spiral also to fix the bottom part, but also to go around a little bit, just making it into a funny little design. Tying it off. And
Did you forget anything else?
No! Something like this. Of course, no red painted packaging, just very clean. Rose is a bit too short, but look, this is already seeing a little bit the red Christmas ball, the movement, the rose. Could be a perfect gift. And you can also be, as a florist, more sustainable by combining things that are maybe not so good with things that are good. Balance it out.
And on that subject, Dennis also suggested that you tell customers to bring the bases back to you.
Recycling also your customers' work. Bring it back, because that always works. And you can create a really cool connection with your customer.
Yeah, good idea.
Bouquet holders. Again, I'm not going to use them as a bouquet holder because I don't have to show you that. Maybe I can show you something else. So I'm pushing the wires back in. This could be a nice base also for a wedding. I'm doing the same with this one. And then the trick is pushing them in each other. This is probably the most difficult part. And then with one wire I'm fixing them to each other. And because the wire is also in that same gold color, we have a really cool base. I also forgot my water on the other side.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Sorry. Look, Akker is here to help.
But we have help.
The water boy.
The water boy.
Thanks.
Thank you. Of course, normally it's better to do this before you put the shape. And I'm just going over the top with the Christmas balls. Again, I'm using the wire also to create a little movement because it's not really ugly wire. It's quite nice. So in some cases then it's okay to show the wire, especially if you make it part of your design as a detail.
So we had a question, I can't see anymore from who, but if you have any thoughts on the color trends with Christmas this year and 2020?
Well, already you can see behind here a little bit of those colors that could be a good trend and beautiful to use. To be honest, I'm not really into trends, and color, like I said, I'm slightly colorblind, so that's not the best subject to discuss with me.
Never mind.
What is interesting to see is that, for example, companies that we are now, Dillewijn Zwapak, they try to be ahead of time. They have to produce, for example, their wrapping paper. So companies like that are always into trends. They are focusing, they are looking a lot at fashion brands, trend forecasts. So having a look at their catalog, their website, probably that can give a good direction already where the trends are going.
Yeah. And they have a new magazine, right? Or we'll show it later.
Yeah, we can show it later. Oh, that's a bit too rough. Pin. Let me see. Want to make it really compact, and of course if you have a beautiful vine of things or movement hanging over a ribbon or a wool or natural vine, And the nice for me, and I will say it because I'm not scared of saying that, but this for me is a difficult thing. Like, okay, am I going completely wrong now with the color for people, or could this be interesting?
I'd say interesting. I like the color combination and I'm not colorblind, so yeah, good combination.
So for me, colors like this diamanthus, is always a difficult color.
Because it's so dark.
It's dark, and I'm not thinking, is this purple? Is it red? Is it pink? What is it?
It's something in between.
But it's a nice design, and it shows you an idea. Something else we can do. Let's get this out of the way for a moment. I have Christmas balls. I'm just going to show you the technique quickly. I prepared a little bit with this one because it takes a little bit more time, but it is nice to see the technique.
Meanwhile, I have another question, if that's okay.
Yeah.
I can't read the name because I don't speak Russian, but she or he says, "Hi from Russia, thank you for all your work. What's your favorite decorative material?"
Ooh, that's a difficult one. And it's a question, I have to say, it's a good question, but it's a question I get a lot. And for me, I don't have favorite materials, because I want to be basically falling in love with the material every time. So I want to discover the material every day, and that could be a very simple material or a very new material. But to say it like this, all the materials that I can use to create my ideas, that's the material I love at that moment.
Okay. Good answer.
What we're going to do, like I said, I prepared it a little bit, but basically I'm using this glass container as a little mole to make a quick construction. I'm using hot glue and I'm fixing all the parts that touch each other, so all the parts where the Christmas balls are touching each other. I'm giving a little bit of hot glue. Not too much. And we can do this with any type of shape that we can take off the Christmas balls in an easy way. If you build that up, then you get something like this.
Wow.
And if we turn it like this,
Ta-da!
that's really cool.
Really cool.
And it's really quick. And that's what I like, because it has to be commercial. Like I said, I want to show things that you think of, wow, I can do this tomorrow. A little bit of water. So is everyone still enjoying?
I think so.
Now the trick is doing a little bit of hot glue, fixing it a little bit without falling in. Ah!
Not again.
Yes. It's very hot, the glue. And you just need a few points that are connected. Oh, no patience. I really have to wait till the glue settles.
Kendra says, Pim, I think Christmas bulbs are your favorite decor item.
Well, they are now, and that's nice, because as soon as one gives me a material, I like to investigate. So I want to see all the different possibilities with the material. Okay, it's not fixed really well, but I want to continue because I want to show some more. So if it slides off, we are all creative. We imagine it's still on, okay?
Sure.
It's about the technique. Of course, by using the Christmas balls in this way, we also give ourselves little areas where we can put the flowers in between. So it almost becomes like a medium to hold the flowers, but it's also straight away our decorative, almost unique selling item. And I always say if the concept is good, then you can use all kinds of flowers on it. And the only thing that will change is the atmosphere. So is everyone still having fun?
I think so. We have over 200 people watching live, and people are saying hi from all over the world. And thank you for sharing. I think you just explain things really well, so they don't have any questions.
That's good.
But people can always ask afterwards
always
as well.
Later on, if you're looking back this video, because it will be on Facebook, will stay on Facebook, I mean. You can ask questions later on. We will try to answer them all. So now we have a very maybe unnatural base using so many Christmas balls. So in this case I want to use materials that feel very natural, like the berries, the grasses, just to balance out a little bit the hardness maybe of the Christmas balls.
But it's super festive.
But it's nice, it's festive, and I think it will give a nice look and feel. So again, using natural movement in flowers, the hydrangea. I don't know how we're on time. Is it going well? Are we in time? Or?
I'm not sure because I don't have a watch. No, we're over time.
Oh.
Over 40 minutes already. But if you're still enjoying it, Pim, go ahead.
Well, we had to move a lot of times,
Of course.
so
Yeah.
that took up a lot of time. Okay, maybe one more thing then.
Yeah.
This is the last, almost the last one, but I want to show this, of course. I did it a little bit to tease Dillewijn Zwapak, because sometimes I like to ruin things a little bit.
Oh, please show us.
So sorry, but I've cut one of your beautiful vases in half. And I glued them together, because just it's possible, so why not?
Just because you can.
Just because you can.
And you placed it upside down, right?
And I placed it upside down, so it's two containers. And basically I placed it upside down. I have some of these guys on a wire. And I'm just putting it in like this. And it's just more like a little joke, but things like this, sometimes containers already hold a beautiful shape. And if you adjust it a little bit, it can be even more interesting. So that's always something I like to do. And of course, we can glue a few on the edge, almost continuing the pine cones. And it almost becomes like a little window, a little frame. No, stay.
You and the hot glue are not friends today.
Well, but I hope you see that guys can multitask, because I'm holding this one, I'm gluing the other one.
Very, very good. Impressive.
People are asking what kind of material is the container?
This is ceramics. And of course I have a special cutting disc to cut the ceramics. But it's really nice because we can literally adjust or alter all kinds of containers in that way. And sometimes an event or a client or a special theme could have that need for a container that is completely different. I'm going to make it really structured, so I'm just going to play with structures. So we have the smoothness of the container, we have the texture of the pine cones, we're going to add a texture of the asclepia, and of course, the texture is not only there to give a nice contrast of the pine cones, I also use it to cover my floral foam. Always try to give your material different reasons to use it. So, building up a little bit. It's going to be in just
Hendra
like
says
this.
more bowls.
Enhancing almost this shape. And let's go out of the shape again using euphorbia. Carefully go between the asclepia. Of course, you can take off more leaves, then it becomes a little bit more clean. But because I'm already way over time, just going to leave it on. And again, this is just to show you different ideas, different ways to create something different. I like the fact that we have this hard line on the back and the movement going out, almost like picking flowers that I want to see what's happening there. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. What they also made, Dillewijn Zwapak, is a beautiful magazine, and I think you need to get some, order it, find it at your wholesaler, wherever you can get it, because I just heard this morning that they're running out really quick, which is very cool. It has a lot of cool collection stuff in it, like fabric material, packaging material, some stories. There's a strange guy inside too. Don't know who he is, probably my brother. But make sure you get one, get the inspiration. I hope you really enjoy this live stream from this beautiful, cool location. It is a candy store here, so we're gonna stay on a little bit longer, but see you next time here at Flower Factor and next time at Dillewijn Zwapak. Bye bye.